So thank you very much for coming on my podcast, Jess.
Of course, Rachel, thank you.
No problem at all. So obviously I've been a big, massive fan of the Pussycat Dolls growing up. Um, so it's an honor to even have a conversation with
Oh,
you.
oh, bless your heart. Thank you. It's an honor's mine. Thank you.
Thank you. Um, so obviously, like you were in a dancing background. So if you could tell us to how did you get part of the Pussycat Dolls?
Um, well, I'm from Miami, Florida, and I was on a soap opera, and I saved a lot of money doing this like fabulous, horribly acted soap opera. Hopefully, it's on YouTube now, but hopefully no one will see it. I saved the money and moved to Los Angeles, and my first job for acting I couldn't get because I was a terrible actress. So my actual first job that I booked was for a public service announcement for Smokey the Bear, and it's to prevent forest fires. And it happened to be Robin Anton who was the choreographer of that. And yeah, we totally hit it off on set. And she said, "I want you to cut your bangs. I have this group called the Pussycat Dolls that I think you'd be great in." So that's how I got introduced to the Pussycat Dolls. But when I got introduced, there was like 50 girls in the cast, and it was a year-long audition. So it went from 50 to 20 to 10 to the six that the pop group that most of everyone knows. Yeah.
Wow, that
Yeah.
must have been a long journey. Yeah, definitely. Um,
Oh yeah.
Obviously you worked with a lot of artists while you were in the Pussycat Dolls, obviously will.i.am, Timbaland, Missy Elliott, Snoop Dogg. Um, who is your favourite or what was it like
Mm,
working with them?
mm. I think Missy Elliott was my favorite. She's really sweet. And she's shy. I remember that. And she gave us champagne and strawberries after she did the shoot with us. Like she's rad. I really
Yeah,
liked her. Love Snoop. I mean, who doesn't love Snoop?
yeah,
Um, yeah, everyone was really nice. I think the only one that wasn't nice was like Timberland.
yeah. Um, Obviously like you've got a big massive backlog of songs. Do you have a favorite
Hmm.
at all of the Pussycat Dolls, or um, yeah, or do you like them all?
Yeah, I'm at a different place.
Yeah,
I'd have to say, of course, Don't You is like a classic.
yeah,
Buttons, of course. Um,
that's the one everyone knows is
yeah,
Don't You? Yeah,
yeah,
that, um,
yeah. What's your favorite one?
oh, there's too many. I do like Don't You because like
So,
that's I like Don't You because obviously that's what Pussycat Dolls got built on. So
right?
yeah, but no, there's a lot that I do like. Yeah, I like the more um sort of catchy ones, but then I also like like Stick With You and um oh, I'm trying to think of the song now. Um,
I hate this part. I
Hate
guess
This
I hate
Part.
this
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
when like with me growing up, it was weird because like I liked you guys and then I also like Girls Loud over here in the UK. And it was like,
Yeah.
but it was weird because it was like you had sort of your so catchy songs and dancey songs, and then you had like you say, I Hate This Part and Sit With You, which were a lot um more chilled, more
More of
sort
a
of
ballad.
more
Yeah.
ballady. So yeah, it was nice to have
Yeah.
the mix. Um,
Totally.
yeah. Do you still speak to any of the girls?
I'd speak to Carmit quite often. I see her quite often, and Kim. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't really talk to anyone else. No.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's weird because since you were on Gareth's show, I actually
Mm-hmm.
because obviously with me being a producer, I literally didn't know you were a solo singer. So I literally, I'm trying to think of a song now. The dancey one. The dancey one, that's all.
Yeah, White Lies and Show Me and
Show me, that's it. Yeah.
Forever. Yeah.
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 So yeah, I'm constantly playing that on YouTube now.
You are. I
Yeah.
need to make new music. That's some old
Yeah.
stuff. When I get
Um,
the inspiration to do it again, I will.
so how different was it being a solo artist to obviously being in a band with the girls? Was it a completely
Oh,
different challenge or
it's the
um
most challenging. Oh my God, it's like night and day. It's a totally different experience, you know. The Pussycat Dolls as a group, it was a quick success, and in most cases, especially like in gosh, London, it was like overnight success for the band, you know. So we definitely had it so good, you know, and things were getting good very, very fast with us as a collective.
yeah,
When you branch off as a solo artist, you're starting all over again, and you
yeah,
don't have the
that's
big
the thing.
budgets, and you don't have unless you get signed, you know. And yeah, so no, it's very hard.
Well, it
It's
must be
so
hot.
difficult. You know,
It
we
must,
were blessed to be in a Pussycat Doll situation where it like really evolved fast. But I think I don't know. Yeah, it was fun.
yeah, it must be hard as well because obviously you haven't got the other girls there to sort of share problems or worries or stuff like that. So obviously you're just like all on your own. It's like must be a lot harder.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Totally, totally. Yeah,
So
it's nice to have each other.
exactly. So obviously moving on from music, COVID's happened
Hmm.
and like obviously if people haven't seen you took the vaccine and you ends up getting injured by it. Could you tell us about that and your
Hmm.
experience of what happened?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I had bad reaction to my first shot from Moderna 3 days after. I woke up with a muscle spasm in my back that didn't leave. I did every modality I possibly could to get it out, and it just felt like it was getting more twisted and more deep. And it started burning. It felt like I had broken a rib. So I ended up in the hospital, and they ran all these tests, and nothing indicated anything. And they sent me home with antibiotics, thinking maybe it was a kidney infection. And then I got the second shot because I thought it was a kidney
Yeah,
infection. I had no idea it was correlated. They didn't say, you know.
yeah,
So that's when I mean, that was like, yeah, that was it for me. And I developed MS symptoms, neuropathy throughout my rib cage, burning, coursing through my body, up and down my spine, all over body fatigue and muscle aches and joints, and my eyelids were heavy. I felt like my body was completely hijacked. Yeah, yeah, it was a living nightmare. The whole experience, not knowing what was going to happen, not knowing if I was going to die, not being told anyone could do anything for this pain. Then when I would end up in the hospital, which was the second time, they once again ran all these tests and indicated nothing, so they thought I was making it up. So I felt like they were gaslighting me and asking me, well, what do you mean it still hurts while it's ripping and coursing through, like, and it just, to
yeah,
me, that's what really indicates that it's a weapon. And I was living it because it was an invisible like pain, and it was awful. Yeah, so I'm glad I got through that. But I
yeah,
hate a lot of people in the US hospital systems, which I will never walk into again. So there
yeah.
is that.
It's starting to get like that over here in the UK as well. Um,
Ugh,
a lot of
yeah, for
people
sure.
not trusting the doctors or hospitals and things like that. And a lot more people
Yeah.
looking for alternatives as well. So
Hmm.
how has your life changed since obviously um I call it becoming a freedom fighter. Um so
Hmm.
like have you realized how corrupt our world is? And like since coming out about the vaccine, have your like circle of friends changed? Have you got a new
Yes.
tribe of friends?
Yes. Um, for me, this experience ripped the veil off and exposed Hollywood to me. It exposed society to me, politics, all of it. Everything I've known to be is all fake and bull
Yeah.
s. I don't know if I can cuss.
Yeah. Yeah, you can curse. That's
And
fine.
that, okay, cool. It's bullshit. And it was like stages of grief and anger, and it still comes and goes because it's like, wow, I question everything now. I never knew it could get this dark,
Yeah.
And what I'm grateful for are the people that I've met throughout this journey. That's a silver lining, because we the people have had to bond together in order to get the real information out there and to stop hearing this propaganda and this hypnosis that everyone's under. It's just like, whoa, wait a minute, you're not seeing what's going on still, especially with vaccine injuries. I see the world. I'm in group chats where it's like I scroll down this one part where it's all the deaths,
Yeah.
and it will take me a week to do it all. That's how many. So people are not realizing the severity and the devastation of this. So yes, this has shown me how disgusting and how heartless and how corrupt our society is, and it is a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, definitely. I know every day you just see somebody else has died or someone else has had a heart attack, and it's
I
just so.
know. One of my best friends lost her brother and her dad in 6 months.
Oh wow.
Like, my other friend lost her aunt. These are my best friends.
Yeah.
We're at war, and
Yeah, definitely.
I know what's going on with this technology within the vaccine because I feel it. So it's like hard for me not to look away and really understand what it is. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
people that have not experienced this pain or don't, it's hard for them to wrap their head around, but we need their help,
Yeah, obviously,
so.
yeah. Because
Mhm,
obviously, how are we
mhm,
going to beat like the whole system if people aren't going to work together? Um, so
right.
you're creative director of an organization called React 19. Can you tell people a bit
Mhm.
more about that and like what they do to
Yes.
obviously support people?
Yes. I This nonprofit saved my life. The co-chairs, Brianne Dressen and Joel Walskog, are also injured people who created this nonprofit grassroots organization to help anyone that has been injured by the vaccine, or the families that have lost their kids or family members to this vaccine, any type of financial aid or medical aid they've been able to provide. And I'm proud to say that React 19 has given out 800,000 grants,
Wow.
800,000 grants to so many people that have needed this. And when you think about it, our government has only accepted 4 cases, which is a total of $10,000.
Oh
And let me
wow.
tell you something. That, yeah, this injury is the most expensive experience ever, and it's unbelievable the devastation this is causing. People are not getting the medical attention they need for this, and thank God for React 19 to actually be able to help people, because no one else is. And it's just like, and the problem is that in DC, I've heard that we become like demonized because we are anti-vaxxers. No, we're not anti-vaxxers. We're
Mm.
ex-vaxxers because we got injured. We were all about the science. We were on
Yeah.
your side, but now you're leaving us out to just try and not hear us. So I think slowly and surely it's integrating to society because there's too many of us. But I'm just so grateful for React 19 to stand so strong and so beautifully in this horrible time that we're living in. So,
Yeah,
but
it's
if you can want to join us, yeah, react19.org. Come join us. There's communities. You can meet other networks of doctors that are in your area that treat long COVID, long vax. So, yeah.
yeah, it's like when was it? Just yesterday that the
Mm-hmm.
AstraZeneca vaccine got pulled worldwide. So we must be doing something right to obviously get that.
We, we are. We
Yeah.
are. Interestingly enough, Brianne Dressen, who's the co-chair of React 19, she was on the AstraZeneca trials, and was severely injured,
Yeah.
similar injury to me. And they got rid of her data. NIH
Oh,
lied to her. they just tried to remove her from, like, you know,
From
and she's
everything,
like,
yeah.
no, 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 no. So she's been at Congress, like, with Marjorie Taylor Greene, who one of the senators here. She's, you know, she's ferocious. You don't mess with the mama bear.
Yeah. That's the thing,
So it's good. We have
that's the
movement.
thing, isn't it? Like during all of this, it's like you're looking at it and it just seems to be women. Women seems to be the
I
ones who
know.
are fighting. Like, where have all the men gone? Like, that's the thing. It used to be the
Mhm.
men who fight, not the women, but now it's the other way around.
Mhm.
So,
I
um,
know, but we need the men. We need
yeah,
the
well,
men.
yeah.
Mhm.
Just finally, so what's
Mhm.
in store for you in the future? Is it obviously, like, I know your husband's a musician, so obviously is that
Mhm.
something to take into consideration where you two make music? Or
We used to make music when we first met. Yeah, he's a great
yeah.
drummer. That's how he got me.
Uh
Play drums real nicely. I'm like,
yeah.
whoa.
Or is it
I love talent.
yeah, or is it completely like freezing fighting for you from now on, like for the rest of your life?
I believe that I'm gonna have a balance with everything. I started taking voice lessons again because I just kind of gave up, you know,
Yeah.
and my voice, I'm not a natural singer, so I kind of regressed. So I need to get back into fighting shape with that because it is very cathartic for me and I do love doing it. I even like used to play piano, and for some reason I got to my piano now, and I'm like, so I don't know if that has anything to do with my injury or
Yeah.
just not practicing. So I think for me, I'm going to immerse myself in music that way, not in order to get fame, not in order
Yeah.
to get money, more for just the cathartic feeling of love and inspiration and performing for
Passion
friends,
for
maybe,
it,
you
yeah.
know. If I'm well enough, I want this stuff to just go into remission and leave me alone, you know.
Yeah.
But I have been writing. I've been writing a lot, and I think for me, you know, I'm campaigning. Um, campaigning with Bobby Kennedy. I was just asked to MC his next two rallies, so I'm like super stoked about that.
Yeah.
He's been such a massive voice within the vaccine injured world for so long, and he's like such a warrior, and just what an honor doing
Yeah.
that. And working with other organizations behind the scenes, doing events, raising money for kids, um, trying to stop these wackadoodle laws that are happening in California that are stopping people from having religious exemption, to stop them from, or personal choice to not get vaccines. That's been set in place here. So I'd like to repeal that bill. That's Bill 277. So yeah, I'm doing a lot of stuff. I never in my wildest dreams ever thought I'd go into this realm. I was ready to just settle down with my son and
Yeah.
go off. I wasn't going to go back to Hollywood. I wasn't. As soon
Yeah.
as I held my son, I was like, yeah, no, no,
That's
no
it.
way.
That's it
Do
for
not want
me.
to do
I'm
it. No,
I'm I'm I'm
because
being a proper mom.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a mom, and I loved being a pussycat doll. It was so fun, and I love the experience. But to do that now, it doesn't really match me anymore, which
Yeah.
I think is a good thing. I think you're supposed to evolve. You're supposed to grow up,
Yeah, because
right?
that
So
you learn from experience, don't you? So it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
you try things and you do different things, and then it obviously helps you like learn and grow as a person. And then obviously like
right.
you do look back on things and you go, well, yeah, that was right for that right time, but that's not me now. It's
Hmm.
like obviously,
Right.
and you're getting older as well, and it's just like yeah, it's
Hmm. Right.
so yeah, it's just great.
That is
Um, yeah, that's all my questions. So I really appreciate
awesome.
your time, Jess, and it's lovely to
Likewise.
finally actually speak to you rather than through email
Hey.
or Instagram. So,
Oh,
um,
I love it.
yeah, so I wish you the best of luck with everything, and hopefully
Thank you,
we'll
doll.
get to meet one day, hopefully.
I think so. I have a documentary coming out with Brie Dresson, so we probably will be doing promo in the UK. So let's plan something,
Yeah, definitely.
maybe.
Yeah, that
And
would be fun.
if you guys ever want to have like Brianne and Joel or from React 19, I would love to introduce you guys.
Yeah, that would be
Um,
brilliant, to be honest, because obviously
sure.
the more it's affected a lot of people. So obviously, the more
Yeah.
it can sort of get out there, and the more people it can help. Um, but yeah, no,
Awesome.
I'll really be interested in that mockumentary. So yeah,
Yeah, it's
keep
called Follow the Silence.
ah okay. So
Hmm.
literally, we'll keep in touch and we'll
Yep.
get something sorted. That's great. Thank you for coming on, Jess.
Thank you,
Have-
sweetheart. Take care.
You too.
Hmm. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, honey.